Hi everybody, it's Melissa Vanity. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I'm not doing another tutorial today. I know that's the second tutorial that I miss, but I have recently seen this video on YouTube and I want to address it formally. Now, I know that I am the least relevant person on YouTube in the entire universe, that I am someone who is probably the least entitled to have any opinions on YouTube or about anybody on YouTube at this time, but I think that that's actually what makes my opinion so much stronger. And this video might not even get seen by a lot of people, and that's fine. I just want to know that it's out there and that I addressed what about this whole situation offended me so terribly down to my soul, down to the core of my being. I will describe the video, I will describe what was said in the video, and I'll talk about some facts, but I don't want to name anyone by name. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then you don't know. I know I'm a little late to the party because this was uploaded in May 2017, but a YouTuber decided to upload a video asking her fans for money and telling her fans that she had been suffering from the ad boycott on YouTube, and because of this she was at risk of losing her house that her and her husband had just recently decided to build from scratch, and that if she could not make more revenue off YouTube, she would have to close down her channel completely. Now, I've been on YouTube for almost a year. When I first came on YouTube, I was able to monetize my videos, so I know a little bit about how monetization works. If we're being completely honest, YouTube has recently changed their policy. This is public knowledge that if you wish to monetize your content, you have to have at least 10,000 lifetime views on your channel. This is to make sure that the right people are able to be paid from YouTube, that people who are considered influencers, people who are uploading content daily or weekly or really focusing on their channel, really working hard on their channel. I understand this. I completely agree with it. Yes, it means that I as a creator have to work so much harder to be able to actually monetize my videos. But that's okay. This is a person who has over 620,000 subscribers on this platform, and whose videos range in views from as little as 200,000 to 800,000 views a video. I know plenty of people who have very successful careers on YouTube, who are fully monetized, who put up videos regularly, who are receiving revenue from YouTube. I can say that having as little as 100,000 subscribers, having as little as a couple thousand views on your videos is enough to have significant pocket change regularly. Having tens of thousands of views, even ranging up to the low 100,000s of views, is already enough to start making YouTube an actual career and receive enough revenue to be able to financially support yourself. Maybe not in a house that you're building from scratch, but to adequately support yourself, yes. Now, what annoys me to no end that I will talk about first, because this is something I want to get out of the way before I really delve into the actual discussion that I want to have in this video and the actual reason that her video got so under my skin. If she was just an entitled brat, I wouldn't have cared. I would have just let it go and moved on with my life. But the fact is, like I said, I've been on YouTube for almost a year. I am unbelievably non-relevant everywhere in the world, and that's fine. I would like to consider myself a beauty guru. That is what I'm aiming for on this channel. That's what I'm aiming for here. I am talking about makeup. I do makeup reviews. I do swatches. I do tutorials. I do special effects. I do everything like makeup related. Now, it will come as a shock to nobody that makeup is unbelievably expensive. It is a really steep investment to have to continually make. If we're getting into the real talk of being a YouTuber, what's most important is to stay relevant, to stay on top of the trends as they're coming. What I put out has to be something that everybody can relate to. If I have got makeup that is outdated, that is unfindable, that is old, yes, you can use dupes or something similar, but it's not the same. It never draws the eye as much. If I am standing on top of my trends, this means that I am spending minimum $300 to $400 a month solely on beauty products to be able to stay relevant on my channel. I am on disability at the moment. I will not lie, I'll be completely honest about my life. I was working a full-time job before I started YouTube. I'm theoretically still employed. And I am off on disability, being compensated by insurance, as I have a brain disease that caused nerve damage. I'm not getting too into that story right now. It's not the point. But yes, I am making a decent amount of money. It's enough to keep me alive. My fiance works a full-time job, full-time, almost minimum wage job. So he gets to throw in a little bit extra a month. This is usually enough to cover our bills, our debts, and what little extra we can afford per month. Like I said, keeping up to date with beauty trends can easily run me $300 to $400 a month. I do not have the advantage that this YouTuber has. I do not have a giant platform of fans that I can guilt trip into providing me with funding. So everything that I own comes out of my own pocket. It is downright insulting to ask the people you are entertaining, that you are here on this platform of YouTube, entertaining, knowingly you are entertaining them for free, to ask them to start paying you an additional salary so that you can continue to do videos that have content that is not relevant, in her own opinion. She stated herself that people who are makeup gurus, who do tutorials, who do morning routines, as she almost rolled her eyes, casting shade on every other channel, which is unbelievably offensive. A creator is a creator. You are an artist of all sorts. It doesn't matter what you are creating. You are an artist. She says herself that her content is not ad-friendly. For whatever reason, she believes it to be not ad-friendly, when there are other channels who do the same thing that her channel does and make a decent amount of money. However, she says that her content is not advertiser-friendly, but that right around the time that YouTube started the ad boycott, she made the decision to switch all of her content to this new non-advertiser friendly content and basically ditch all of her sponsors. relying solely on the fact that YouTube would pay all of her bills. When this did not happen, as she should have expected, since she herself said her content was not advertiser friendly, she decided that she was going to ask her fans for money so she could continue building her house. She said herself that she would not be able to get a full-time job and continue YouTube. How many YouTubers do you think are on YouTube who have full-time jobs and still make videos in their spare time? Because they truly love what they do. They truly appreciate their fans. They truly want to create and want to be part of this society. When shit gets tough in your life and you want something, you hustle for it. You know you need to make that money for your house. You go work that job. If it takes you a little bit longer to make a YouTube video, then it takes you a little longer to make a YouTube video. You don't ask people, blackmail them, guilt them into giving you the money so you can continue living your comfortable lifestyle. That is so wrong on so many levels. When there are people like me who are on disability, who are ill, who fight every day to get up and create content, when I'm not seeing a fucking cent for it. And I'm still working as hard as I possibly can. Why? Because I want a voice. I want to create a voice for myself. I don't want to be paid. I want to share my creations. I want to influence. I want to inspire. If that is not what you are on YouTube for, but instead you are on it so you can have enough money to build a fucking house from scratch, then you need to go real fast. There are people in the world who are dying. They are starving. They are sick. They are homeless. And you have the audacity to ask for people to pay so you can build your house. Now, in this video that I'm talking about, this YouTuber mentions she has a Patreon account and asks for people to go sponsor her there, which is a monthly subscription to continually pay out an amount to assist. I took a look at this Patreon account and I was curious since, like I said, she has almost 650,000 subscribers with almost 1 million views per video. She, in no doubt in my mind, is making a good amount of money off YouTube. No doubt. There is no doubt. I was curious. How much money is this woman actually making extra? So, on Patreon, she has a 5-tier range of support. I decided to break down and see how many of each were contributing and how much money is she making in total. 213 people are giving her $2 or more a month, which is a base amount of $426. I've got my notes. I was ready. I came prepared. Her tier 2, which is $5 or more a month, 174 people are donating, giving her a total of $870 a month. 66 people are at tier 3, giving her $7 or more a month, which is a total of $462. 16 people are giving her $20 a month, which is a total of $320. And 4 people, surprisingly, 4 fucking people are giving her $50 or more a month, which is a total of $200. In total, she is racking in a month off you, off all of you fans who have decided to subsidize her uptown girl lifestyle. She is getting $2,278 a month. That is almost how much you are paid on disability a month. Literally, we're talking less than $300 difference. That gives her a total of $27,336 a month. That is more than a minimum wage. In addition to whatever revenue she is making off YouTube, she is also making an additional minimum wage salary off of her fans. I will let that sink in for a moment. Now, the biggest reason that I wanted to do this video, and the biggest issue that I wanted to address with all of this, like I said, if she was just an entitled brat asking for money and people want to give her money, it's not my fucking problem. It's her business. What royally upset me is how she talks about how she only slept 4 hours. She's been crying all day. She's so depressed, and she keeps having intense panic attacks because she might have to give up the house. On both sides of my family, depression and anxiety run in the genetics. I am on antidepressants, and I am on anti-anxiety medication. Without these medications, I cannot survive normally. I cannot function on a day-to-day basis. The anxiety medication also assists me to sleep, since I have severe insomnia. I can sleep easy 4 to 6 hours a week, since my brain never stops. I can never stop thinking, and I can't end up falling asleep until my body is so physically exhausted. And then when I wake up 4 to 6 hours later, I feel like I didn't sleep a second. I wake up with anxiety. I've attempted suicide numerous times in my life. I've self-harmed until very recently. Members of my family attempted to commit suicide. Members of my family also self-harm. Members of my family also have severe anxiety, severe insomnia. I've had friends who've taken their own lives. Mental illness is not a fucking joke. And I cannot wrap my brain around the idea that somebody would dare to compare her possibly losing a house because she refuses to get a full-time job with something so serious as mental illness. It is not a joke. It is not something that is to be taken lightly. People who struggle every day with depression, with anxiety, with insomnia, they suffer. We suffer. How dare you try to make money off what so many people are suffering from? As far as I'm concerned, there is absolutely no excuse for ever using depression, anxiety, insomnia, any mental illness lightly. Ever. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for using any illness lightly. People who suffer every day do not deserve to be dragged through the mud just because you feel entitled as a person. I have zero sympathy for this individual. And if she loses her home because she refuses to get a job, so fucking be it. That's your own problem. It is not anyone else's problem but your own that you did not budget correctly and set aside enough money for this gigantic purchase that you are going to make. I'm engaged. I'm planning a wedding. I'm planning to move into my own house. You think that I did not have the foresight to look at how much all of this would cost me? You think that I did not have the good sense to make a budget, to decide what can be kept, what has to be cut, what can and cannot be done to fit into the amount of money that I make currently, and to make sure that I always have a backup plan? Just because you didn't, because you assumed that you would get a free ride, doesn't mean anyone needs to pay for it. And people are. People are. Anyways, this video has already gone for much longer than I meant it to. This is not the kind of videos that I want to do. This is not the kind of channel that I want to have. I want to create makeup tutorials. I want to talk about makeup. That's what I want to do. But I just needed to talk about this because it is not okay. And if you are struggling, please, please, please ask for help. Write someone, write your mom, your dad, your best friend, anyone, write me if you need to. Just please ask for help. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. If you need the help, never be ashamed to ask for it. There is nothing embarrassing about asking for help. Your life matters. I don't even know what else to say. Thank you for watching.